another video just in regards to standalone characters and which ones you kind of should be working on, which ones are worth investing in. This video is coming at a direct request from Murphdog. Again, any future content you want to see, just let me know. And I'm kind of going to be talking about some characters that necessarily maybe don't have a set team, and in some cases, some of them do, but you can kind of plug them into other teams and they'll actually, end up still being really good. Again, the plan is to have these videos also over to YouTube, so I'm going to try to keep them at a certain length. If I do get to that time point, I will be starting a part two to this video, so just stick around and wait for that. But without further ado, and these characters are in no specific order, but we're going to start off with Minerva. Minerva, definitely the best healer in the game. Currently, she is not technically farmable. You will get her from the milestone orbs. You do have a chance to get her shards. There is a offer for the newer players to get her over the course of 14 days. And if you are going the whale route, she's definitely worth it. Even if you're looking to do a free-to-play account, I would still maybe consider buying her offer. Mini Call is planning to be free to play, but I did buy the Minerva pack just because she is just such a great character. She is arguably the best healer in the game. Her basic attack will put regeneration on people. Every time someone dies on the enemy team, she is going to heal. She has a 100% guaranteed res as well as a mass AoE heal. You're going to find her in all parts of the game. You'll find her in arena. You will see her in war offense, war defense. She's going to be crucial for Ultimate 6, Ultimate 7 raids. Very crucial for your Dark Dimension 2 and Dark Dimension 3 teams. And that's primarily going to be from her healing and her resing. If you're not looking to, invest any money into the game, your next best option would be Shuri, and I do talk a little bit more about Shuri in my legendary video, which you can check out. Next on the list, we do have Captain Marvel. All new players will get access to her after logging in for 16 days. She is also available in the Milestone Orb. And just real quick, I just realized I did a little bit of a word error. Minerva is going to be available in your premium orbs, not milestone. So again, Minerva is available in your premium orbs. Captain Marvel, though, is the milestone orb character, so you do have chance for her character shard drops. She is probably one of the best DPSs or damage dealers outside of some of the legendary characters. She hits incredibly hard. She's able to self heal, and you can pretty much slap her on almost any four-person team, and she's going to fit in great. Does a lot of damage, and like I said, self healing. As she gets higher up in star level and red stars, I mean, she really just becomes a beast of a character. If you do see any offers for her character shards and you are going the whale route, she's definitely a character that is worth investing some money in. As a free to play player, like I said, you do get access to her character shards pretty early on. And then you do have a chance to pull her shards in the milestone orbs. Next character I have on the list is Mr. Sinister, and while he is technically part of the Marauders team and he fits into that role pretty nicely, he also does make up some of the meta arena defense and arena offense teams, and that's primarily going to be from his cloning and his healing abilities. The AI doesn't always handle him as well, so it can be a little hit or miss sometimes with who he clones. But in the actual controls of the player, he is a true monster, especially when you start getting him up further in the star levels and the red stars. His clones and his healing just becomes insane. You'll see him on some Ultimate 6 teams as well as Ultimate 7. He pairs really well with some of the symbiotes, mainly Symbiote Spider Man, Venom, and Carnage, especially in Ultimate 7. Some of the nodes do have Venom and Carnage minions that you will be fighting against. And if he clones a Carnage, you basically have two Carnages on your side of the field. So you're applying multiple debuffs, and every time something dies, Carnage will give his symbiote allies speed up. So two times the Carnages equals two times the speeds up, which really just makes it into a beast of a team. You'll also find him, he is part of the meta defense with Marauders and Emma Frost, and that kind of goes more specifically into that Marauders team. But from the outside of the box aspect, Mr. Sinister you'll see very commonly in meta arena teams and some of the meta Ultimate 6 and Ultimate 7. He is currently only farmable through the War raid tickets, and that is the only way he is farmable, but he is definitely a character worth investing into. Next on the list, we do have Ghost Rider. While he is technically part of the Supernatural team, which is, again, another strong war offense team, he's also a pretty good standalone character. That main part of that is going to be his Spirit of Vengeance, and basically, as you level this up, every time one of your allies is killed on your turn, he is going to attack the enemy that killed the ally. When he gets up higher in the gold and red stars, that attack is going to do a lot of damage. You'll see him on meta arena teams, meta defense teams, not so much in the Ultimus raids. But he also is going to be a great component in Dark Dimension 3. He does heal himself a little bit, and that Spirits of Vengeance in Dark Dimension 3 is really going to help you. The last couple of nodes require the city tag, which he does meet, and if you're lucky enough, in Dark Dimension 3, the enemies will kill your other allies, and Ghost Rider will basically attack them for killing them. Dark Dimension 3 is really just very time consuming, where you might only do a little bit of damage each day. So Ghost Rider can certainly help in those last final campaigns, and he is farmable in Cosmic 3-9, which is pretty early content. Next character on the list, Miss Marvel. She's not as groundbreaking as some of these other characters. She is fairly useful. I wouldn't really say so much in arena. War defense, her young Avengers are fairly good. You'll probably need her at a high star level to help you unlock Ebony Maw, as she is an Inhuman. Currently, there are only 6 Inhumans in game. One of them is unfarmable, which is Yo Yo. So she's a great alternative to help you get Ebony Maw. She's also going to be a pretty good healer for herself as well as a great tank. So you will see her in Dark Dimension 3 again for those city nodes. She's going to be a great character for that. War Defense, the Young Avengers, they're a fairly good team. They pair up very nicely with their 5th being Captain Marvel, and that really turns them into a much stronger defensive team. And she is going to be farmable in Mystic 2-6. Next character on the list is Scientist Supreme. She makes up the AIM team. While the AIM team kind of falls off a little later on in the game, they're great for getting you into Dark Dimension 1. After that, I would say the majority of the team kind of falls off. They're an okay offense team. Um, with Ultron, they make a fairly decent defensive team. But Scientist Supreme is really going to come into play for your early Ultimate 6 and Ultimate 7 teams, with her ability to heal and debuff your enemies is her primary use. Again, if you don't have Minerva, because you haven't spent money on the game, she is going to be great for Dark Dimension 2 and Dark Dimension 3, as she is going to give you a chance to res. The reason she's not as high up as I would say Minerva is because her res isn't 100%. You only have a chance for it to happen. And she is also going to be farmable in Cosmic 2-9. Next on the list, we have a Symbiote Spider-Man. He is definitely one of the standalone attack characters and healing, very similar to Captain Marvel. Unfortunately, at the present time, he is not farmable in game. There are rumors that he will be coming to the Milestone Orbs. He did have a Milestone event that ran a few times. So if he does pop up for a cash offer, he's definitely a character worth buying. Hopefully, he is farmable. He pretty much anytime he attacks an enemy, he gets healed himself. So he does a lot of damage, a lot of healing, and when you pair him with the other symbiotes, they become a great Asgardian counter. So definitely a wonderful character. Next we on the list we have Ultron. Ultron was definitely part of the old meta. He is going to be your reward for unlocking and finishing Dark Dimension 2. Once you do have him unlocked, it's great to take him up to Gear 13 so you can do your second running of Dark Dimension 2 a lot faster. You'll see him in very early arena. He makes up a great arena team. You can pretty much add him with 4 other members, and it'll be a great team. The same thing can apply to War Offense and War Defense. However, like I said, later on in the game, he stops being as useful. He is certainly take him up to Gear 13. However, for Gear 14 to take him into Dark Dimension 3, certainly not as useful. His minions will pretty much die pretty quickly, and he's not the best character for Dark Dimension 3. Last on the list is going to be Yo-Yo, and Yo-Yo is, again, she's not currently available in game. You can have a chance to get her in those premium orbs, but the only other way to get her is to whale. She is one of the fastest DPS characters in the game, if not the fastest. And when you actually pair her with Black Bolt, they become kind of this crazy combination. Yo-Yo on her basic. If you have it maxed out, she will get 100% assist with an inhuman ally. If Black Bolt is her only ally, every time she does her basic, Black Bolt is going to attack also. Um, her her ultimate, or I'm sorry, rather her special, is going to give you. She's going to just randomly kind of plow through everyone. Um, and if she's the only protector, she's going to do defense down, and her ultimate is also going to grant ability energy to Black Bolt. So again, she's just a crazy powerhouse. You'll find her on a lot of the meta arena teams. The Inhumans team in general makes up an amazing war offense team. She'd probably do pretty well for you in a Dark Dimension 2 and Dark Dimension 3 in those global nodes. But so these are kind of my thoughts on the standalone characters. Again, any questions, comments, or concerns, reach out to me on Discord, Khaleesi, in-game mini call. As always, look to your Alliance leadership for any questions, comments, or concerns. Any content you guys want to see, let me know. Thank you again so much for watching. Hope you find this video helpful, and look forward to others in the future.